Afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, students.
Hi Maheshwari, good afternoon.
Hi, madam. Good afternoon, students. Please inform to your friends. Let them join as early as possible. YouTube Live and Facebook Live is also on. Please check it and join there also. Anyone facing problem in the air meet means you can join in the live section also. Madam, shall we start within 2 minutes? Good afternoon, students. Please inform to your friends. Let them join as early as possible. Within 1 second, the section will be start. Please inform to your friends. Let them join in YouTube and Facebook also. Anybody is facing to join in the air meet, you can join YouTube and Facebook also. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. Today our topic is role of quality assurance in pharmaceutical product manufacturing. Today our speaker name is Radha Krishna Naidu. He is from Dr.Reddy's lab. Sir qualification is MSc Microbiology in Andhra University. Total experience of Sir is 15 years in job field, 3 years for technical training organization, quality assurance for 12 years experience, microbiologist 1 year experience. And Sir has taken number of prizes also. I introduced to Sir. Please introduce yourself. Lakshmi madam,
Yes Maheshwari.
you can continue madam.
Radha? Yeah, you can start the.
Yeah, just am I visible?
Yes sir, you are visible.
Am I
Yeah, you
audible?
are. Net issue is good, sir from your side. Slow network.
Okay, from my side.
Yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, can I
Yeah, you
start?
can sir. You can continue.
Yeah, good afternoon all. So I'm Radhakrishnan Naidu from Dr.Reddy's. I'm My job role is a capability partner. I'm ensuring the capability and the compliance part of training. And in the last session, we have covered GMP overview. So before going to class, we have to ensure why GMP is required in pharma industry. And this is for 5 minutes. So after that, we will go for our part. So what are the topics? I will just share you. The topic is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, topics so far covered: evolution of GMP, personal hygiene, 10 principles of GMP, elements of GDP, data integrity, control, understanding contamination, clean room behavior, cleaning and sanitization, and control. So far we have covered this. So you know that good manufacturing practices (GMP) main role in pharma industry. Why I am saying, why I am insisting that, for example, for our better understanding, if you go to electrical shop to purchase a bulb, then we are asking the shopkeeper to check the bulb. We know that the bulb is manufactured with a multinational company. They have all the precautions. They have the department like quality assurance. Even though we are asking the bulb to check whether are we checking there anything like if you want to purchase a strip of tablets,
Excuse me, sir.
do you
Your
ask the
PPT is not
shopkeeper to
visible.
take one tablet if you are okay? Sorry,
Sir, we are not visible your PPT.
just a minute.
Sir, once check your network also. It is showing well to us.
Sorry for the interruption. Can you able to see my presentation once again? Can you see my presentation? Hello? Hello?
Radha, we can hear you. You can just, close off your camera and you can speak.
Sir, otherwise, madam, you can present the PPT now. Bharathalakshmi, madam.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, madam.
So, Radha, from which slide I should project?
From validation and qualification we can go.
Radha, you can see the screen?
Yes, madam, we can see.
Radha, would you like to continue?
In presentation mode.
Madam, we can see the PPT. Sir, you can continue, sir. Sir, sorry to inform. Sir, it is better to sit morning where you have sat there only. I think the network is good at morning.
Radha, you can speak?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, continue.
But the presentation, yeah. Now, so far we whatever topics we have covered, I have mentioned already up to laboratory control, and after that we have to go through the validation and qualification. So here, what is validation and what is qualification? Where validation is required, where qualification is required. So we are prior to going that, just I continue my topic. That's what we are checking bulb when we are purchasing. But when we are going to medical shop for purchasing a medicine, we are not checking anything. We are just taking as it is, how they are giving with a pack. Same way we are taking. So in that way, why we are taking as it is? Why don't we check those medicines? Uh, from participants, anyone can message. What is the reason behind that? I'm expecting response from our participants. Why we are purchasing as it is without checking a medicine? Can anybody? Can anyone?
Students, please respond in the chat box, YouTube or Facebook. I will put in 8-minute chat box.
Without checking.
Test for quality. There are several tests and validations. Quality is good. Stability tests. So students kept answer.
Because as a pharma student, you know all these things. But when you come with a layman who doesn't know all these things, how he can justify this? Any other answer? Any answer? Can I go with my answer? Because of trust. They believe us. Because we are part of pharma, they believe us. So with believe, they are trusting our medicine because we are following good manufacturing practices. As part of good manufacturing practices, validation and qualification is very important. So what we will validate, what we qualify. Can we go for next slide? We can see what to validate and what to qualify. Analytical method, facility, utility, and computer system they have given. So all the process should be validated. All the machines or equipment should be qualified so that we can decide now. We can go for next slide. Then what is validation? Because what we are producing a drug product or a drug substance, we have to produce in a consistent manner so that if you go for a validation, it's a documented program. You know that what is the importance of good documentation practices. Already this has been covered in the previous session. So the same way in this we are giving a high degree of assurance. The assurance is like a trust with a specific process, that is with a specific process or a method or a system that should constantly produce a product meeting its predetermined specifications and quality attributes, because ultimately patient safety is very important for us. This is about validation definition. If you go with means here you can highlight the words here: high degree of assurance, consistency, because one should give a consistent manner a quality product, not one time or two times. We have to produce in a consistent manner. This is for in the validation, the main things we are there: process validation, cleaning validation, method validation. Means method validation means it is related to our analytical method validation, means like QC. While we are starting analysis, that method should be validated. While processing a production, if you go for a batch production, the process should be validated prior to go for a execution purpose. So in the same way, what is critical quality attributes? What is critical process parameter? So ultimately, the desired product is a quality product for a patient, and a critical process parameter, because during the process our quality is regulated by the critical process parameter. We have to follow 100%, because that rules the quality, that rules the productivity of the product. So these are the definitions for a better understanding for the upcoming session. So one is validation, one is process validation, one is critical quality attributes, one is critical process parameters. Can we go for next slide? If you see validation, even our regular life also, we are validating many things, but there is no documented evidence for us. But in the pharma, first in a validation, we have to design our process, because the design process design, everything is in R&D. So they will do all these things in the upcoming upcoming session. I will discuss about quality by design. You can see that we cannot depend on a person quality. Example, in the pharma industry, once batch is completed, that sample goes to quality control for analysis. If the analyst do a mistake, they will decide that the batch is failed or pass. So we are already ultimately depending on a person. But now in QBD, quality by design, scientifically we are designing a process, and ultimate product is a quality product. There is no failure on that. The same way, in the process design, the R&D will take care of that. In that, they will consider critical material attributes. That means raw material. Because if you are giving a very good input, automatically output will be very good. If you are giving, we have a sophisticated equipment, everything, but our raw material is not good. How can you expect a finished product with a quality? We cannot. So that we have to ensure the critical material attributes, and we have to follow critical process parameters. Then ultimately we can expect critical quality attributes, that is the desired end product. So this is all, and based on this, the process is designed in the R&D. After that, the process should be qualified in the plant scale, and that is along with the production R&D, jointly they will responsible. They will do trial batches. Once trial completed successfully, and we are going for a validation program. Once validation is completed, we are going for a commercial phase. In the commercial phase, we are ensuring continued process verification, because the monitoring, the continuous monitoring we are doing in this. Okay. So this is a validation. In this, we have three stages. One is a process design. Second one is a process performance and qualification. Third one is a commercial stage. In that, we are ensuring continued process verification. So can we go? Hope you understand what is validation. Can we go for next slide? So this is our stages already, what we discussed in the validation. Next. So if you understand, if you can do here with a pen, with a pen and paper at your respective places, that's Example, what is equipment qualification? Because the qualification we are doing for equipment or machine. So that what is qualification? But for a better understanding, you can imagine in your home, cupboard is required for clothes. So that how we can design with your means space, available space, and how many clothes are required to keep there in the cupboard. So we have to design accordingly. The same way we are ensuring equipment qualification. If I ask you to write down that the steps from the means right from designing of a wordboard to final delivery for usage in the room, how we can keep a cupboard, so that you will imagine that different people will start with a different step, that because that is our own idea. We are because actually what to know, what not to know, because you don't know that what size of cupboard is required and what is your place, everything, how you can scientifically do this, because there is a variation from person to person in the home itself, because we have a different ideas to establish this. So if you go to next slide, I can explain why I asked this group activity. See this V model of equipment qualification. This is very useful for you to do a qualification of equipment. First is a user requirement specification. Bateman. First is a user requirement specification. Example, in the previous slide, I have asked you that about a cupboard for a clothes. The same way, because the same way, what is the design of cupboard useful for you? Because you have to design it. That is a user requirement specification. Because whatever it is your required a machine or equipment that suits your requirements, unless otherwise no use for it. Then the functional specification. Next one, you can make it a B. I can explain them easily. Okay, please. So that here equipment qualification, there are steps. First is a user requirement specification and functional specifications. After that, a design qualification, because we have to design it. Equipment should be designed such a way that should be useful to us. After that, that is going to install in our respective area, our plant, because I am telling you very generically. After that, we are ensuring operation qualification. We are checking how it is working. And final one is performance qualification. This is a live, because with our pharma product, that should be performed. That is a performance qualification. When you see this V model, if you go with the user specification, it should match with our performance qualification. Because when I am saying validation and qualification is part of validation, because in the process we are validating. So in process, there are many equipments are involved for contain, because we have to run the batches, means there are many equipments are involved in the process. So that equipment is part of validation. So when our equipment is there in the process, we are ensuring that this equipment is qualified. It is suits for our process. It is giving our desired parameters with the product. Then we will ensure that this process performance qualification is complete with respect to this equipment. So that when user requirement specification, we can ensure while doing the performance qualification. And operational means that should function very well, because this is the prior step of the performance qualification. Prior to that, we have to ensure that the operational conditions. So when you are not correctly planned a designed thing, we cannot install properly. If you example complete generally you can take that sometimes you are using some bolt. If you fit a bolt, complete machine will work out. If you are not, the bolt is not suitable for that machine, we cannot fit for that, and you may not use the machine. The same way we have to design. The design should be useful for, means that design should be support for the installation such a way, so that you can see that here the design qualification will help you very good in installation of machine. The functional specification should equal to the operation qualification. The user requirement specification equal to performance qualification. This is the B model equipment qualification. Ultimately, you can understand the very important point. The process is validated. The equipment is qualified. Qualification is part of validation. You can understand better. Okay. Can we go for the next slide? Do you have any questions so far? Any questions? You can type your questions here so that I can clarify. Can we go for next slide? So next one is complaint and recall. So everywhere we are listening one word, that is complaint. Everywhere if you see that we are listening one word, that is complaint. Who will do complaints? The customers. Okay. So usually for pharma industry, market complaints are related to our testing and report related issues, and packaging and labeling related issues, analytical method related issues, and extraneous manners. So we are distributing our product worldwide, so that many customers are receiving our materials. That means our product. So with respect to our product, they will any concern is there, they will raise a complaint. Next. So this is a complaint flow at a manufacturing unit, because we are ensuring manufacturing. I can repeat what is manufacturing, because all you know that what are the departments, already you know that what are the departments involved in the manufacturing. Just for your understanding, I am repeating. One is production, second one is material management, third one is utilities, that is engineering department, fourth one is packing and labeling, and fifth one is quality control, and these five are ensured by quality assurance department, that is the sixth one. These six departments, this is a six system model, what we can say. These six departments we will call as manufacturing. Okay. So when we product received by a customer, something happened wrong, something it is not meeting their desired requirements, then they will complain us. That is, they will report us, and the acknowledgement we will do. And after once we received the complaint, our team, means from the whatever six departments I have discussed, based on the requirement, the team will form, and they will do investigation. During the investigation, they will check the sample, and what are the records are related to that particular batch or a particular issue, they will verify, and they will ensure the machine part also, because during that time any machine breakdown or anything, something wrong goes wrong, as well as they will take subject matter expert advice also we will take. And once investigation is completed, sometimes investigation without investigation, because sometimes batch number is wrong, example, for that we will ensure, and we will take action. Sometimes the issue is required investigation, immediately the team will form, and they will do investigation. whatever that is considered there as a sample check, record review, machine review, expert advice. Okay, once it is completed, the action we will take, and the investigation report we will complete, and we will respond to the customer accordingly. And parallelly we are tracking where it is and how it is after complaint, how the things are going on. This is the complaint flow chart at manufacturing unit. And can we go for next slide? Next is a field alert reporting. This is very important because we are supplying drug product to patient. So ultimately the patient required medicine, but ultimately it is a very sensitive towards a patient. So by field alert is required. This is a report generated by firm to notify regulatory agency. You know that what are the regulatory agency? Example, we can say US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So we will inform them about our concern incidents for which evidence is received, and establish that product causes a health hazard. Because sometimes what happen, some complaint will come that there is a patient product, and so based on that we are intimating to regulatory agencies. That means this field alert may be uh, like customer complaint and something by detection of GMP failure after release. Because sometimes once batches are released to the market, then the samples we are keeping in the stability chambers may be failed during the analysis stability verification, so that we have to do alert. So sometimes regulatory agency will ask you that what are the raw materials we are using, something goes wrong, so that we have to uh, alert the market. And during the inspection they have identified some defect, so that based on that, and any adverse reaction what we discussed, and any contaminations, whatever is bacterial, or sometimes it is like a tampering somewhere, they have observed that the packing is tampered. So all these based on all these situations we are doing field alert. That means we are intimating to respective country regulatory agency. So next one. So we are doing means within 3 working days field alert. Okay. So now product recall. So here the market. So here one is voluntary recall. It's firm decision to recall the product, because in our observations we identified that something goes wrong, so that we know that we have to take back our product, so that we are doing recall. Forced recall means it's a regulatory inspection, because nowadays GMP, because that is GMP is an ongoing activity. Example, in previous days, means 20 years back, benzene, we are using benzene in our manufacturing. So after that, that is identified as the benzene is a carcinogenic agent. So the same way, once the ongoing manufacturing it's going on, something identified like that, what is the ongoing material what we are using in the manufacturing of the drug products or drug substances. If they identified now that this is one of genotoxic or cancer causing agent, whatever it is, based on that they can say you have to recall this product from the market, because it is impacting the health of the patients. So we are forcibly, means it is an order from the regulatory agency, so that we have to recall. Next. So based on the severity, we are having classifications, that is class 1, class 2 and class 3. So class 1, in class 1, it is like a serious adverse health consequence or a death due to medicine. So that we can call it as a class 1. Means you can underline that serious adverse health consequence or death. This is under class 1. Then this time, because this is happened, you have to recall it. And class 2, temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. This is a class 2. And class 3 is the like that product is not likely to cause adverse health consequence. Means it is not impact that much, but if anything goes wrong, we have to recall our product. And you can underline all these things. And class 1, we can, next slide. So when a customer or quality person or country head, if there is a problem identified, we are notifying to regulatory authority, and our team sit and together and they will take a decision, and they parallelly do the health hazard assessment also, because ultimately the patient health condition is very important for us, because the patient means who is having less immunity, and we are providing artificial immunity with our medicines, and we are notifying the regulatory whole thing, and we are stopping the distribution, because something happened, immediately we are stopping our distribution, ongoing distribution. Okay, this is about a recall. Next. You can see that class 1 recall we can do, because that is adverse, something is very serious, so that we will use media publications as well, because it should reach the society very fast, so that we can use in a class 1 recall, because that is we are considering as very serious. Okay. So here we are informing market and informing distributor, informing retailers. We are ensuring effective checks, because how it is, are we retrieved everything or not, and action, and because we have to recall the product, as well as we have to take action on the recalled goods also at our end. Once everything is completed, we will close the recall. So far, I hope you understood better. So do you have so far any questions? Please. Can anybody having any questions, please? So can I continue?
Yes, sir, you can.
Yes. So next is a self-inspection. Oh, what is self-inspection? Because we have a regular audits in a plant, whether it is a customer, whether it is a regulatory audit, whatever it is. But we have audits. So prior to that, we have the responsibility to ensure ourselves, because that is called self-inspection. In our every plant, we have internal audits, That is means we are ensuring ourselves, we are identifying our gaps here, whether we are compliant with the procedures or not. Because here compliance, the word is very important. Compliance means adhere to procedures, because we have a defined procedures like standard operating procedures, standard testing procedures. We have many procedures. Based on the procedures, we have to adhere to that. We have to ensure, because you understood from the data integrity, because data integrity means our data should be honest. In that is depend on Alcoa principle. Alcoa means attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. So ultimately here we are ensuring our data is in a honest way, because that we are producing our data in the audit, because completely the auditor depending on our data, because they cannot present in the plant 24 by 7. They will come in 1 year or 2 years, once 2 years or 3 years they will come for audit, and completely they will depending on the data. So here why I am telling all these things, because during the internal audit or self-inspection, we are ensuring all the requirements, whatever the procedures we have already established, as per that we are doing or not. So that this activity is performed by qualified internal audits as per our SOP, that is standard operating procedures. So why self-inspection is required? To verify adequate quality systems are maintained or not. Because here quality is a responsibility of all people. But when come with a compliance part, QA, quality assurance, will do a representative. As a representative, they are ensuring the quality QMS, quality management activities, are they are ensuring quality systems as well as. Here the word to assess compliance with CGMPs and standard operating procedures. Because whether we are having the established procedures, but whether we are adhering to the procedures or not, we can verify with self-inspection. And we can identify challenges internally and correct the problems, so that we can ensure the compliance 24 by 7, because the compliance is very much important. In view of safety of a patient, we have to ensure the compliance. And already we have discussed that the society is kept trust on us, because we are giving quality products and we are ensuring the safety of the patient. So here one more thing. Here when we are doing a internal audit, it is not for fault finding of activity. So it is the best chance to identify our problems and correct them immediately. So rather than some external agency, some regulatory authority, or some customer uh, during the audit identifying, rather than that, we are identifying ourselves and we are correcting immediately. So it will strengthen our compliance, so that we can provide the safe medicines to the society. It's an important thing, one of the important things, self inspection. So can we go for next slide? So these are the requirements for a self-inspection. So we should have a comprehensive SOP, standard operating procedure, and we should have a trained audit team, because the auditor should be qualified with a minimum and we have a audit checklist, and based on the checklist we cannot skip any auditable requirements. We are thoroughly going with that, and we should have a established audit schedule, because when we will go to audit and which area, when we are, who are the auditors, everything we will mention in the schedule. And we have to present the audit agenda in the opening meeting. So what is audit agenda? Audit agenda, who are the auditors, what they will go to audit, all these things we will present in the, because this is like a protocol kind of thing, because this is a planned action. And any observations, you can say, I can say, who will do audit, that person is auditor. The department or the plant is a auditee, means they are auditing by auditor, that is called auditee. Okay, so here one more thing I am telling you here, kappa. In the previous slides you understood in a quality systems kappa here. So here what they are saying, compliance to previous kappa. So here I am explaining one thing, better understanding of kappa, that is means corrective action and preventive action. So what is corrective? Previous times any incidents happen, for that we are doing investigation and we are identifying the root causes why it is happened. After that we are taking a corrective action. Parallelly in the rest of the areas we are ensuring the preventive action. So here I can give you one example for a better understanding. Like example, in your college library, from the campus to library, suppose 2 kilometers distance is there, so that you are utilizing the university bicycles. Like bicycles are available, like 20 to 30 bicycles are available there in the campus, so that one student is taking bicycle to reach the uh, uh, like we can say from classroom to library. So when he is going to library, during that means that way, on the way he observed that the chain is fell down. Okay, means the chain is little bit loose. So what the student will do, and he will just get down and he will fit that chain. So that is like correction, we can say, that is correction, because that is a incident, what we can say, unexpected thing. He didn't expect that chain will fall down. Okay, so immediately he will do a correction, that he will fit that chain there immediately, and he will go to that area, and because of 20 to 30 cycles there is a mechanic person there, and he will tell that corrective action required. That means they will tighten the chain, that is a corrective action for that cycle. And if 20 bicycles are there, apart from this cycle 19 cycles are available, so that as part of preventive action, that 19 cycles chains will be verified, means that will be checked, and any cycle chain is in a loose condition, that will be corrected with means like they will tighten the uh, chains. That is like you can understand during the journey, fell down of that chain is incident, and the person did correction by fit the chain and immediately go to the mechanic and tighten the chain, that is called corrective action. And after that rest of the cycles they verified for whether the cycle chains are in the correct condition or not, that is preventive action. So that incident, correction, and they have identified root cause because of the loose chain that is fell down, that is a root cause. So incident, in that correction, root cause, corrective action, and the preventive action. This is one of the example, because you will understand what is corrective action and preventive action. This is a generic example I have given you for better understanding. But when you come into the pharma, the scenario is different. For our better understanding, I give an example. Hope you understood. And so once auditor is completed auditing, they will provide observations. So to the auditee, okay. So they will take a plan of action to complete those things with a target date. The observations and kappa is closing to meet conduct the means once everything is completed, they will in the sequence I am telling you that once auditor is completed auditing, the observations will explain to the auditor and they will take a timelines to close those things. And once it is closed, once again they will verify the effectiveness. Hope you understand the self-inspection. Can we go for next slide? Next one is GMP audits. So here good manufacturing practices all the way we are discussing. So in that audits are very important. So far we explained self-inspection or internal audits. So here you can see three types of audits are there. This is performed by regulatory agencies. One is a startup audit. Second one is follow-up audit. Third one is focus audit. So here the review adequacy for a new facilities means newly established plants are there or a new product is launching. So that is like a startup audit. Our existing product we are doing for a scale up means based on the requirements we are enhancing our product. And next one is follow-up audit. Can I continue?
You can, sir.
Yeah. Next one is a follow-up audit. Because once one-time audit is completed, we have to ensure the adequacy levels or compliance, because periodic basis we have to ensure, so that once they come and audited our facility, then they will provide some observations or they will give some recommendations. And once audit is completed, we will take and we will complete those things also, and we will intimate the regulatory authority that we have ensured the compliance. But they will do follow up, because periodic basis they will ensure the adequacy. Next one is a FARCAS audit. If any plant having any stability failures or frequent complaints or frequent recalls, frequent return codes, due to this they will do investigation, means that is like a quality failure. They due to this quality failure, many times audit will triggers, sometimes through customers also. During the customer audit also, if they observed any non-compliance or anything which is not in a compliance mode, they will intimate the regulatory authorities, and based on that they will trigger audit. So where they will audit, because one word we discussed manufacturing. So ma'am, can you show that six system approach? Already this is being discussed. What is manufacturing means? In the manufacturing, these six departments will involve. I have explained already. So in this you can say production control, that is production department, and packing and labeling, laboratory control, So that is quality control, material control systems, warehouse, facilities and equipment systems, engineering department, and as well as quality assurance, that is quality systems. Okay. So in the six system approach, they will do audit any three or any two from these six departments. They will take any three or any two departments. Sometimes based on the requirement, they will do all the areas. So this is about GMP audit and six system approach. Next. So during the GMP audits, during the audit, we have to have honesty and we should be open to the questions, because that is very important. Uh, because already we have mentioned the word data integrity, because our data should be honest. When it will come into the means your data honest, if the employee is honest, if you want to maintain data integrity, that should be in our culture, because the employee should understand what is the important of data integrity, means how we can maintain our data in a honest way. So the same way, the culture, the eh, honest culture during the audit also we have to ensure. So we should be very honest and open to the questions. And during the audit, if nowadays auditors are interacting with the doer only. Doer means whether operator from the production or a analyst from the QC, means who is the doer, directly they are interacting with them. So that we have to be very honest and open to the questions. If they ask any question specific, you have to give a specific answer to the auditor. If you don't know exact answer, say so. Seek permission to refer your standard operating procedures. You can ask the auditor, sir, I would like to refer my standard operating procedure once again, and I will let you know. So answers yes or no means, if you don't be with ambiguity or confused state, you can say yes or no. If you don't know, you can say don't know. And if you want to take help of your superior, in this case you can take. And any issue is happen, you have to resolve during the inspection if possible, because that makes that gives more confidence to auditor, because you are resolving in a scientific way, and what is the identified gap we have ensured like this, we can show to the auditor immediately. And next, consistent with your answer is very much important, because be consistent, don't change your words. Like one time you can say yes sir, one time no sir, one time yes, because you should come with whatever it is, with the right or wrong, whatever it is, you have to be consistent with your answer. So these are the do's, because this is what I explaining, that every employee is played a major role during the audit, so that tomorrow if you are an employee, this will more useful during the audit time. Okay. Next, don'ts during the GMP audits, this is also very important. So first one is one by one we can go. Don't argue or don't guess or don't lie. So don't argue with any auditor or don't guess. So I assume like this. Don't assume anything. Be practical. What is happening? What is mentioned in the procedure? If you are not completing, you can say no. And don't lie. Okay. Next. Don't discuss anything personal. Sometimes what happen, procedure says something and you're not, as an employee, you're not meeting the requirements. So during the audit time, you cannot say during that time I suffered with fever, I have some personal problem. Don't discuss all these things. Okay. Next, be professional. Next one. Don't start answering before hearing the question, because lot of patience is required for us, because many times we are eager to answer without hearing question completely. That is also that leads to many confusions, that leads to make the situation in a negative mode. Next, don't jump in middle of the conversation, because sometimes many times if you observe the person, if you ask somebody, even your means any subordinate in your home also, if you ask somebody that you why you are not completed that work, they will answer that I have completed that work. You asked for that, why you not completed this work, they will say that I have completed that work. That means you have to conclude that because of the work I have not completed this work. That is not the way. And sometimes during the audit, they are not able to answer the question. During that time, they will jump into the known area, means directly they will jump into that particular area, because they will not answer point to point. Just they will go for the known aspect of their own, because they know that thing and they would like to explain, but that is not correct. We should not jump in middle of the conversation. We have to answer point to point. If you don't know, you can say no. Next, don't elaborate, be precise. What they ask, you can precise that only. Don't elaborate, because you know more things, but that situation is not demanded you. But even though not demanded, you should not explain that I know all these things, that's what I'm explaining. Not required. Next, and don't panic. If you don't know the answer, by you should not panic, because you can say that I don't know, because that's what we are expecting. Be honest. Next, seek permission to discuss with your superior, because taking the help of superior is very good, no problem, because we can take the help of superior in the uh, situations where support is required. Next, and here audits can happen anytime, because they will not, sometimes they will not. Farkas audit, what we discussed, Farkas audits, 3 types of GMP audits we have discussed already. So in the Farkas audits, they will not intimate you because of some uh, observation, some incident happen. Based on that, they will visit your plant. Means they can say that some customer is intimating to regulatory authority that from so and so plant I have taken so and so product. During that analysis, I have observed that the genotoxic impurity is increased, so that immediately they will trigger the audit to the plant. During that time, they will not intimate to any plant management. They will come as it is, and they will start audit the facilities. So audits can happen 24/7 anytime, so that always we should be in a compliance mode. They will check the complaints, because already we have intimated. Example, I can say Code of Federal Regulation 21 CFR 210 and 211 for US FDA. So we obey for that federal codes, and based on the federal codes only we are performing the activity. Means the federal code, what is mentioned there, based on that we have prepared our standard operating procedures here, and based on that we are performing our activities. So that is like a rule from the regulation nothing but a rule. That rule we have to adhere. There is no no compromise for that, because they are not ready to take any risk for their country people, because they will ensure all the activities what are mentioned in the code of federal regulations, and the same we have converted into our standard operating procedures, and we are ensuring that. So that is, and they will check that, and they can ask you probing questions. Means means they can make irritate you with their questions, and they have access to everything. Means you cannot say that you're not means you can say that suppose you're for US you're supplying a product A, but in your plant product B also manufacturing, and the auditor want to verify that product. You cannot say that only product A is supplying to your country, you cannot see the product B. So they are access to everywhere or everything. And the employee here, the GMP audits mainly with the systems as well as employees. So who is the representative there everywhere? The area person. The area person is a representative, so that they should thorough with their procedures. Means they have to confident with their procedures, and they should able to answer to the audit auditor. Means auditor may ask any questions in the particular area, so that they have to answer the questions, and we should give the answers confidently. So here, if this is the auditor part, auditors will check for previous audit findings, because what are the previous audits so far we have completed in our plant, so that during that audit time also they may give the observations, and they will check that what are the audit points, and where it is, what is their status, have they completed or not, all these things, and they will ensure the compliance report. I have already mentioned the word the compliance, which is very important. Compliance means adhering to the procedures. Whatever mentioned in the procedure, our procedures are approved procedures, because the respective department will prepare the procedure, and reviewed by respective superiors in that particular department, and that is approved by quality assurance department. And the coming slides we will ensure the role of the quality assurance in the pharma. We will discuss about this, because all whatever so far I have discussed, all these are mentioned in our QA role, that upcoming I will discuss. Just a previous line, previous. Yes. So good auditor will help you, because here auditor is not only to find out the mistakes, because the auditor should give the solution, as well as they can suggest you that you can close this thing in this manner. So deliver improved performance, get audit to look at the system, because the auditor point should be value addition to the system, then only it will improve. So issues rather than just audit points, how we stop these issues from the recurring, because keep on some of the issues keep on repeating, then they have some good auditor will give you guide how to eradicate all these things. Okay, so this is about auditor part. And next, Next one is QMS, that is Quality Management System. This is for understanding. I kept a quality policy at Dr.Reddy's. So how, because ultimately in our regular life also, we are everywhere we are asking one word, means we demanding one word, quality. We want to spend more money towards quality. You are saying that I purchased this because this is quality is good. So we will go once again, means in Dr. This how the management is committed through quality policy, because they have a strong management there, and they are providing resources, and they have a management, means throughout product life cycle, entire life cycle, uh, they are maintaining the quality, and periodic review is very much important, because during the intervals, standard intervals, that is called periodic review, we are ensuring, and continuous improvement, because nowhere there is a like barricade, we are because we achieved like this, from this, uh, further, no, nothing like that. This is a continuous improvement, through with the systems, or with respect to employee continuous trainings, and they're providing like in a operation excellence way, white belt, green belt trainings, as well as in GMP aspect, GMP trainings, and safety aspect, safety trainings, as well as operate with the machine, how it is working, what is the principles, what why it is, you should know why pot everywhere, why we are doing, by it, or doing means no meaning. The question why will ask you many things. If you answer for that, then you will understand how much quality of time you're spending on that particular activity. The same way. Okay. Anyway, next slide, ma'am. So far, any questions from my audience?
Students, you are having any queries, please put in a chat box.
Any questions?
Please. No, sir.
What I shared you. Okay.
Sir, you can continue.
So uh, can you put in a presentation mode? Yeah, come previous slide. Mashiba ma'am, is it presentation visible to you?
Yeah, yes, sir. It is visible to us.
So not visible to me.
Madam, can you stop the presentation and can
And
you restart the presentation?
Ma'am, just stop and you can present.
Sir, can you visible now?
It is visible, but we can go previous slides.
Yeah, okay. Now it is okay, sir.
Yeah, previous slide. Yeah, yeah. So you understood the quality policy. That is, I can just read out that we are committed to establishing and maintaining quality standards that assure the safety and efficacy of all medicines. This is very important. All we are discussing about quality, but ultimately patient safety also very important, because if you do a quality product, automatically is ensuring the patient safety, but apart from that, efficacy also very much important. So here, also committed to complying with all current national and international regulations and code and standards applicable to our business, so that Dr.Reddy is throughout the world distributing the medicines, and that is following all the regulations, which country they are supplying, those country regulations we are following, and so that we are also aiming to achieve the through well designed quality management systems. This is very much important, because the quality we are driving with the quality management systems, with a strong quality management system. So by emphasizing on that is like management taken responsibility, we have a strong management, and already explained about throughout the product life cycle we are ensuring the quality. We have resources, all kind of resources here, and we are doing periodic reviews. And so now next we will discuss about quality management, QMS. Next, ma'am. So here you can see QMS structure. So in the QMS structure, one is management responsibilities. Everything come under management responsibility. So here you can see resource management. In this, as part of resource management, management is providing organization, plan, personnel, and training. That means they are providing plans. So, and the personnel means that is employees with the training. They are being trained, and their resource are part of resource management. They are providing facilities, utilities, and equipment, and they are providing software and computer systems. Document, you know that the documentation is very important here, because document is a evidence. So they are doing document management also, and for raw materials, we have a supplies, and sometimes for operations, manufacturing operations, we are taking outsourcing help also, because some of the manufacturing part manufacturing at outsourced facilities. Okay, that is a resource management part. And the third one is product life cycle management, because we have a pharma product. So we are ensuring throughout the life cycle, we are ensuring the quality. So here, first you can see that first is a you can put cursor, man, a product design development. That means in R&D, product is designing, developed, and transferred and improvement. That means that is once design developed, it is transferred to plant level from the R&D, and that either process or method we are validating. Already in the validation we have discussed that we are doing validation. Process means in the production we are using, and methods we are using in the quality control. and material management systems, nothing but warehouse, because warehouse plays a major role, because we need raw material for execution of batches, because the warehouse, the first department is receiving materials from the outside suppliers, that is vendor. So once it is received, that intimation is goes to quality control. Quality control do analysis for that raw materials. If it is in a quality means improved condition, that is given to production for execution of batches. During the execution also, quality control will receive a samples for in process checks, that is a verification of quality during the batch execution also. Once batch is completed, the finished sample goes to again QC, quality control, for analysis, and after that it is going for packing. And once packing is completed, the finished material, finished goods received to warehouse once again, because the entire manufacturing activity is started with warehouse and completed with warehouse. There the batch is released to the market by quality assurance. So ultimately what six departments we have discussed, they are the major role playing here. So that mentioned here, you can see material management, warehouse, production and process controls, nothing but production, laboratory testing and controls, QC, labeling and packing, that is the labeling packing department, and the production disposition and release, the warehouse ultimately, and operation we are doing, and storage and distribution system, because in the plant we have all precautions, storage conditions also. Example, one 2 to 8 degrees temperature, 2 to 8 degrees is the storage temperature. If it is beyond 2 to 8, the product will degrade, that lose their stability. So while transport also, we are providing data logger system in that transportation, and we are ensuring whether the storage conditions are maintained or not. That is up to distributor, we are ensuring storage conditions. Usually in while purchasing medicine, we are just ensuring only expiry dates. We are not focused on the storage conditions. Have you seen? Because sometimes maybe the product having 2 to 8 degrees C temperature, storage conditions we have to maintain, but usually in medical shops a lot of medicines are available, and they don't have that much sophisticated facility to maintain all these things, and they will keep in the open racks. That means normal temperature means you can say 25 degrees C, but they will pick up from the rack and they will give you, just we are ensuring expiry date, but we have to ensure the storage conditions also, where they are pick up, whether they are pick up this medicine from the store refrigerator or a common rack. This is also, you can understand, in this product life cycle means many phases are there, from development to up to storage and distribution. So in this any change is required, you can go with the change control, because changes are required. So how you are ensuring a change? There is a process, change management separate, that is also separate topic. With the change control we are doing that, means you are ensuring the change. And if it is all major changes, and due to this change any criticality impacting the quality or safety or efficacy of the product, we are intimating to regulatory authority also do with the drug master file. Okay, so anything happen unwanted, that is called incident. Keep cursor on incident, man. In that I have already explained what is incident, that I given example what is incident investigation and kappa I have. So that you can see that all these product life cycle, many means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 steps are there. Any change is required, you will go with the change control. Any incident happen, we will do investigations and we will ensure kappa means corrective and preventive action with and we are ensuring the process performance because why we are validating a process because we are ensuring the process performance and product quality monitoring because the ultimately that is a main aim of quality. Okay, this is, and the fourth one is the quality system analysis and improvement. As part of that, we are ensuring quality risk management means proactive reactive. Something happen, we don't have a vision, we are now in a position of reactive. Proactive means you have a vision, so you know that what will go wrong, so that accordingly we will do. That is a quality risk management. And audits and regulatory because regulatory authority and based on, yeah, and in four building blocks, nine elements are there that I have. Can I continue? Can I continue?
Radha, would you continue with the QA slides?
Yeah, yes, you can change that presentation.
Okay, just downloading it. So we had one question on the YouTube. A student want to understand about, I think it was on equipment qualification. So if you
Okay.
can re-explain kind of.
QMS quality management system.
On equipment qualification, what they have.
Yeah, actually it was on how many types of qualifications. Uh, Tell me once on installation qualification.
In the qualification process, we have a user requirement specification that is called what are the specifications required for a user. After that, functional specifications means how it should work at the plant end, user end. Okay. So after that, we have to design qualification because we should design accordingly based on the user specification. The manufacturer will make means they have to design accordingly. because during the design they have to ensure the plant conditions also. Once design qualification completed, installation at a plant, not in a manufacturer end. Up to design, that is with a manufacturer. Means who is manufacturing that equipment, make, model, and everything. So that after that, in installation means during the installation, design qualification plays a major role. Means the equipment is installed at the plant end. If you are properly means that means example we can say in you are. Ma'am, can you present the presentation?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
So
Sir, your voice is up and down. Please once check the network.
how it is, is it okay now?
No, sir,
My
your voice is fully
voice.
distancing. No, sir. No clarity in your voice. Full up and
Rather, just do Control and R to refresh your screen. Radha?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, role of quality assurance in pharma. So here quality we are giving assurance. So quality is a responsibility of all, not only quality assurance department, but this department is a representative for a compliance during this audits, either customer audits or regulatory audits. And as you know, what is quality means, what is ISO definition. You can understand this by reading this, and you can go after this training. You can just go through Google and get more details on ISO also. Okay, so what is the role of QA in pharmaceutical? They will ensure the safety of the patient. This is much important. Through quality management. So then anything happen, like we are ensuring the planning part, implementation, assessment, reporting, and quality improvement. Because already in the QMS structure I have so here to be in assurance is an independent department. They will ensure everything prior to release the batch into the market, because ultimately it is impacting the patient safety. They will ensure everything, because whether related incidents, batch related incidents, or written goods complaints, recalls, whatever it is, OS, out of specifications, whatever it is, everything should be completed so that everything is completed. They will end. So next slide, please.
Students, anyone having any queries, please put in a chat box. Sir will clear the doubts. Okay. Please respond. Anyone having any doubts, please put in a chat box.
Radha, are you back?
Yeah, I need the next slide, ma'am. Yeah. So, in the quality assurance department, various functions are there because based on the activity that is defined, like manufacturing QA, that mainly focus on uh, inspection, monitoring, and line clearance, in process check, and batch release. It is the manufacturing QA is followed with the production department, and engineering assurance, we can say. Engineering assurance is with respect to like all qualifications, calibrations, like facility and maintenance.
Madam, sir has lost the. Okay. Madam, can you handle the doubts?
Yes. What
Student,
is
what is the
what
role of
ISO in quality? So ISO, there are a lot of standards which are listed in ISO. So you must have seen, in this, third session where we were talking about API basics. They were talking about the classes of, rooms, which class is suitable for, manufacturing. So even in injectable session, he was talking about ISO classification of
That
rooms.
keep in
So that's the kind of, wherever we have specifications, how to follow,
system means
what are
one
the ground rules
documentation
like that.
center, and uh,
So the next question is, what is the
production
main key
required to
role?
execute a batch. So QA will issue the batch production record.
So Radha, you want to take the question? Just unmute Radha.
Yeah, unmuted.
Yeah, we didn't hear you actually.
Yeah, tell me.
We were talking about an answer, I believe.
Yeah. What is the question? Can you read out?
What is the main key role in QMS? I think it is what is the main responsibility of QA in QMS?
Yeah. Here itself is a quality assurance because if based we will come will ensure overall quality of the product, and it leads to safe for the patients. So QMS is like a brain, you can say, in body. Various body parts are there. Example, generically, I can explain. So here QMS, you can say quality is like, so when without a proper instruction, we cannot do any activity with
So
a
rather your
proper
voice is cracking. Rather
instruction
your rather your voice is cracking. Just halt.
only.
Rather
Madam,
if
please, you
you,
can continue.
yeah. So to continue with the session, actually, basically, there are lot of activities which are done by the QA, and actually they oversee various departments basically. So actually, there will be different people. Of course, we have studied so far like QA, QC. So QC is actual team who will be doing the testing kind of activity, but there is an independent department as a whole, like analytical QA, who will monitor, the activities done during the analysis. So that's the kind of role the QA exists. So it is even in the manufacturing QA, there are people who work in the production shop floors, packing, etc. But on the monitoring level, the QA holds the right to ask any question in the during the manufacturing, or any incidents which are happening. So root cause findings, etc. So basically, the QA team oversees various departments, sub-department, whatever you can think of, engineering QA, new product QA. New product is again, there are a lot of technology transfers which happen during the product development studies, etc. Again, the regulatory filings, there will be a lot of documents which will be shared to the filing, during the filing process. So again, QA oversees all these activities. So again, why actually we have a QA? It's only one and one, we feel, if a department like QA will exist in a manufacturing unit, they will, they will have this bias. So suppose if there is no QA, then I will feel, I have manufactured my batch, and I can, I feel everything is good with the batch. I will not see it with an angle of, what might have gone wrong. So that's the reason the QA is being a vital department, and they check for the quality and ensure quality always. So QA, role of QA in pharma again. QA also ensuring managing contract manufacturing units, external manufacturing. So there are other sites where the product is manufactured, but actually it is marketed with the name of the Dr.Reddy's, etc. Then we also have people who monitor these manufacturing units, contract manufacturing. So they are again QA part. So we have vendors, we who supply raw materials, etc. We also have a QA who actually monitors these vendor locations. They will go to the vendor sites, they test, they check, the testing reports, etc. So again, the only objective is ensuring quality. So quality of the products can be ensured by JMP and technical training, SP compliance, audit for compliance, data integrity. All these are, various words which we have used so far in, last 9 sessions. So that's where you guys should remember all these words and try to give, your definition in your books. That is what I see. Actually, it's done. There is a thank you note towards the end. So we apologize for the inconvenience of the network at Radha's site, but overall this is the main objective of QA. So in this today's session, we got to know about what is QMS, what is validation, what is qualification, and we were talking about market complaints. We were talking about recalls. What are the various recall procedures that we have in our systems, or why exactly a recall happens, and what are various audits, and how an end user should face the audit, so etc. So this is the a brief summary of today's session. So again, any questions, please drop it in the drop box, chat
Stu-
box.
Students, anyone having any queries, please respond. Otherwise, put in a chat box, no query. Students, please respond. Otherwise, we will close the section. Anyone having any query, please put in a chat box.
So again, January 2nd would be our last session.
Yeah, yes, madam. On that day only, we'll have exam also for students.
Okay. So
Last
3 to
after,
5 we will have the session. After then you will have the, tester.
yeah, madam. 5 to 5:30 exam will be there.
Okay.
Students, last announcement. Anyone having any query, please respond in the chat box. Otherwise, we'll close the section. Madam, no doubts. Students has put in your YouTube.
Okay, thank you all. Sorry for the inconvenience due to network fluctuations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank
valuable information about quality insurance. Quality insurance in practical product of manufacturing. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Bye
much.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Radha, for your time. I understand. We tried our level best to ensure we will not have this challenge, but it happens. This is life. We cannot say it is done.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Team, again, any questions, during the last 9 sessions, please make a note of them and you can share it to Maheshwari. She can forward it to us. We can give you answers in writing through mail. Thank you so much, Maheshwari.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Students, already I have sent the feedback form. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Students, already I had sent the feedback form on 8th, the feedback form link to your mail. Please check it. And okay, thank you everyone. Section is closed.